When you have a project that includes many tasks, do you feel overwhelmed? Do you have trouble thinking about how you're going to organize it when you're so busy just doing your business? Do you need to really get it done? Is it something that you know is going to be helpful to your business, but it has you stuck at how you're going to get it done really in a timely manner because you have that day-to-day running of your business. And of course, that takes priority. So today what I want to do is I want to take you through kind of a step-by-step process, a way to break down that project, the one that's in front of you right now, or any project that you have from here on out, and give you a way to accomplish it in the next 8 weeks. Imagine this. Imagine getting more done by planning it out in a way that doesn't have you overcommitted, overwhelmed, and overrun. Join me. Hi there, wise woman. This is DeneenTB, your Christian business growth strategist and clarity coach. Please make sure to subscribe to this channel if you like the content here. Thanks. So today what I want to talk about is really something that I talked about a long time ago on this channel. And you may have seen this video where I talk about deconstructing the hamburger, my deconstructing the hamburger strategy. You can find out why and how to do it in that video. But what I want to do today is take that a little bit further and give you some of the principles that it takes to really go through that step-by-step process of deconstructing. And I'm going to do it with an example today. So why is this important for you to know how to do? Because you are busy. I'm busy, I know, and you're busy too. There are so many things that we want to do in our businesses to make them better. And we have so many different ideas all the time of things that we could do that would give more value to the people that we serve. But there just doesn't seem to be enough time to do everything. Are you tracking with me? Is that right? Yeah. So that's why it's really so important for you to have a strategy that will give you the tools to be able to add a project without taking away from all the other tasks that have to be done in your business. And so I want to make this so that you are less stressed and more blessed. Okay, a little bit corny, I know, but it's so that you can serve those that God has called you to serve. Serve your sphere of influence through your business. So this deconstructing the hamburger, so to speak, this strategy is going to help you to get organized. It's really going to help you to prioritize. And of course, it's going to help you have more control so that you can get it done. All right. So like I said, we're going to use an actual example and take you through this method. Remember, once you know this method, it's applicable to any project that you really want to attack. This is something that I helped a wedding photographer do a while back. I was in a high-level mastermind in Dubai. I know it sounds really fancy, but we were all there to help one another. His photography studio was really kind of an agency. He had multiple photographers that worked for him that he sent out on assignments around his city. At the mastermind, he was working on creating a system, a business where he could teach others what he was doing in different cities around his state and actually around the country. He had one person that he had trained that was already in another state doing that, and he wanted to continue to really grow and reap the benefits of having this bigger agency. So the one thing that he wanted to do was to create an ebook about how to start a wedding photography business. This could create leads for himself so that he could, I guess, a franchise. I don't know if that's the word he was using, but it seemed that way, that he would franchise his expertise to them. He just couldn't see how it was possible to create this obvious lead magnet and still take care of his day-to-day operations for his company. He was totally overwhelmed with the idea of putting one more thing on his plate to do. This is where the mastermind came to his rescue. Now, I know you're not going to have a whole group of people to mastermind, but you can employ this same method, the one that we used to get him moving on the project. So what did it start with? It started with a brain dump. Now, I have outlined a brain dump in detail in this video. So make sure if you need that, you click on that. So what do you need to know about a brain dump here? The one thing you need to know is that you need these. You need sticky notes. Why? Because the first thing that you want to do when you have a project is you want to brainstorm out all the possible tasks that have to happen to make it a reality. So what did we do for Michael? Well, first of all, we didn't worry about the order of the tasks when they had to be done, and we didn't know how they had to be done. We just wrote out each task that we could think of. We just started thinking about and writing one task on each sticky note. Very important. So some of these things included an outline that he needed to create, writing a chapter, deciding on the chapter topics, collecting photos, creating illustrations, formatting it, making a cover, breaking the chapters into sections, collecting relevant information, researching other ebooks that were on the same subject or similar, hiring a designer, things like that. After we got out everything that he could think of and all of us could think of that he didn't even think of, next we had to organize it. And this is the beauty of where the sticky notes really come in. And the reason is now that we had everything out of our heads, he could see everything in front of him, because now you're able to move those sticky notes around, and that's where you can start to put them into the order that they needed to be done. It also helps you see if you've forgotten anything, that there needs to be things that happen between the things you've already outlined or already brainstormed. And if it's too big of a task, it helps you to actually break it down into even smaller tasks for yourself. And sometimes there's even tasks that you can take away and say, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do this instead. For example, always going back to Michael here, right? Michael had no idea what other ebooks look like that were in his industry. So he needed to do some research to see what was already out there, and then to actually make his a little bit different, and of course a little bit better, right? And then he also needed to make sure that he was including all of his knowledge into his ebook. So he had to do an additional brain dump so that he could just look at the subject matter of the things he might want to include in his ebook. Then he was able to create an outline for his ebook that was strong and addresses what others would want to know while putting his actual agency into the best light possible. You know, it was really easy then for him to be able to write the various chapters, the various sections, and once he had it all done, he was actually going to include photos from his own work, the things that he could showcase that he had done. Once everything was assembled, he had two choices. He could either format it himself with something like Canva or something similar, or he could hire a designer to create it for him. He chose the latter. So let me stop right here and just ask you, what is that project that you have wanted to get finished? Something that you have wanted to do, but you just don't feel like you're having enough time to execute? What's sparked in your mind here? How has this helped you so far to kind of think through how you could actually get it done? Let me know down in the comments. What do you want to work on and how can you do it? Because now what we're going to talk about is something you might be asking yourself. You might be saying, okay, how do I actually get these things done in a reasonable amount of time without feeling like it's taking over my whole life, that I can't see anything but doing this for the foreseeable future? It is all in the planning, okay? So let's go back to Michael for a second. So once we had put Michael's sticky notes in order, we estimated that the ebook would be approximately 6 chapters based on the basic outline that he had come up with. Now, you may want to go into more detail, but just stay with me here in this discussion and we'll just use Michael as our example. So the objective was to complete the project in the next 8 weeks. Now, you might be saying, why do you say 8 weeks? Well, for one, it's really the amount of time that your brain can really handle thinking about something. If a project goes really too far out into the future, that overwhelm, it comes in very easily. So what we're actually capable of doing is we're actually capable of seeing what's happening this month and what's happening next month. Our brains can actually focus on that in a really good way. So in the planning, what you need to do is you need to create these benchmarks for yourself within the 8 weeks. So that's what we did for Michael. And so I'm going to give you an example of what we did for him during those 8 weeks. So week number 1 was to do the research of the other ebooks and determine the topics for his own ebook. The second week was just to create that outline and make sure it included all that he wanted in the order that he wanted. The third week was to create the chapter titles and the sections that he would include in each part to break it down really nicely so that it looked really cohesive as well. And then for weeks 4, 5, and 6 was the exact same thing. It was to write just 2 chapters each week and choose the photographs that would go into those chapters. And then on week 7, it was to have a cover design idea, to come up with that, write an introduction, and write a summary for his ebook. And then week 8 was to actually design the book. Now, in Michael's case, he did hand it over to a designer. So this is how you break down everything into benchmarks. So now that you have a plan, it comes really easy to executing it during the 8 weeks. It means putting in those smaller tasks necessary to get that piece done, the piece that you assigned yourself, get that done each week. So you may have to do a couple of things, especially when you want to really focus on this really a lot. It may include reorganizing some of your time for those 8 weeks. It may mean delegating some of the things that you normally do yourself and giving those responsibilities to someone else. It may mean being intentional about actually carving out time in between those other responsibilities. For Michael, it meant giving himself timer, 30 minutes a day to work on the project, at least the minimum of 30 minutes per day. It wasn't the same time every day, but it was a dedicated time each day. And he put that into his daily planner. It actually gave him 2.5 hours each week that were just dedicated to the project. And it didn't take away from any of his other responsibilities. In fact, he was able to get ahead because he realized how much he could actually get done in that 30 minutes when he dedicated it to just one thing without any distraction. This is also a way for you to help you understand how you best work and how much you can actually accomplish in a certain amount of time. So you learn that for yourself, and that helps you with future projects. You know, really what this is, it's about executing the plan that you have set for yourself. It's not going to be perfect either. I just want you to be realistic about this, because there are days when your brain will feel like it's actually not working for you, but that's okay. It's not about how do you feel about the project. What it actually is about doing it and doing what you said you were going to do and staying consistent in doing that. Who knows? You might get into a groove and you'll want to work longer on some days than other days, and it'll all work out in the end. No matter what, write it in your planner. Set your timer if that's what works best for you, and do what you said you were going to do, and just get to work. I want to let you know this. This is how I get all the things accomplished that I want to do. I used this method when I wrote my book and I still had a business. I use this method every week to write the scripts so that I can come to you here on video. I use this method when I get an idea to create another lead magnet or prepare my next scripture memorization calendar. When you understand how to break down the project any project into these manageable tasks, then you're able to accomplish more because you have a strategy that works for you and for how you work. I love that part of it because when we know how we work and we can break it down, it doesn't feel overwhelming. So are you swimming in project ideas right now and you just can't seem to get motivated to get them all done? Do you need a place to start? Let's have a clarity conversation. Let's chat about all those ideas that you're having and how to use the deconstructing the hamburger method, how to make it work for you. I'll put that link down in the comments. You can click on it and make that conversation call appointment today. All right, so what has inspired you today about this planning method? For your next project, for any project, for the project that you know is in your head that you want to do. Let me know down in the comments. Because you know what? I want to see you succeed. God has not given me such a creative brain with all those brilliant ideas for it to all go to waste because it's just locked inside of your head. Understand how this strategy can take you from that overwhelm and that overdrive so you can create the business that you want. The one that God has called you into. This is DeneenTB. Thanks for being here. Make sure to like this video, comment down below, and of course, subscribe. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, be filled to overflowing.